guys? Welcome back to episode 9 of Inside the D. So we're doing something similar to last podcast where we just talked about certain talking points rather than one specific topic. So the first topic we're going to talk about is Everton, and we're going to say our realistic expectations of where they're going to finish in the league next year. So let's hear them.
I know you boys are going to get mad at me. They're going to be top 4. And if Chelsea continues to play like they're playing right now, they're finishing above Chelsea. Liverpool, I don't know. In the top 4, I think they're going to be above Chelsea and Liverpool. We'll see who else is up there. I could see Man City at 1 and then maybe Everton at 2, but I don't know. They're playing very well right now, and Chelsea and Liverpool just are not.
Can I ask you a question here?
Yeah.
I'm very curious. What do you mean by the way Chelsea's been playing? I mean, it's not like they've been playing poorly.
They drew to West Brom. Not great. They lost it. Wait, they lost to
Palace 4-0.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying we haven't played poorly. It's not the greatest start.
Everton's definitely played better than you. You can't deny that.
They've had worse competition.
Okay,
they still played better than us.
They're playing like Parker's a Chelsea fan. He can even admit, and
he's more of a Sheffield fan.
It's nothing bad against them.
Shut up. I'm a Chelsea fan.
All right.
Sometimes 50-50.
No.
Occasionally Wolves as well, but you never.
Who doesn't love Wolves?
Okay, but you can admit Everton is playing much better than.
No, they're playing better than Chelsea. I just wouldn't say this. Chelsea haven't been playing terribly. Like, I don't know.
For the team that they have,
I'm biased.
Is this what you expect?
We haven't let us gel. Let us gel.
I don't even know what that means, but let us gel. Yeah, you gotta let us gel.
You know what letting us gel means?
No, what does that mean?
Let us come together.
Yeah.
Let's gel. Hey, we just need to gel. All right. So, sorry. Continue. My bad.
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay. So then I guess I'll take over with my prediction. As much as I want to say they're going to turn into Leicester City 2015-16 and win the league, it's not going to happen. I can see them finishing 5th place in the Europa League. I don't think they're going to make Champions League. I'm sorry. I just don't think they are. I think they haven't played I think we'll see this weekend when they play Liverpool. If they can beat Liverpool and play well against Liverpool, then maybe I'll change my prediction and maybe I'll stick them top 4. But right now, it's Europa League for me. I mean, I got to be realistic here.
I don't even think that beating Liverpool is going to prove that much. Because look at Aston Villa. They just beat Liverpool 7-2.
They're perfect right now. They're the only other perfect record.
Do you think Aston Villa is going to win the league?
No. They have the English Messi. They have the English Messi. They've got Ross Barkley. So
I'm pretty sure I said they were getting relegated. They're definitely not getting relegated.
I told you they weren't getting relegated.
Yeah, no. They're playing good. That was a mistake by me. They're playing pretty good right now.
They're so good.
Yeah.
But for Everton, I think they do have a chance to win the league. I mean, you got Ancelotti, goated manager.
Former Chelsea.
You got Thomas. What did you just say?
Former Chelsea manager. I have to point that out in every episode.
Anyways, Thomas is beautiful. It's great.
Great signing.
It's world class. You've got Calvert-Lewin and not Rodrigo. What's the guy's name? Richarlison. You've got Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up top. Hopefully Richarlison finds form.
Yeah.
I still think he's overrated.
I agree. I do.
Hopefully he turns that around this season. I don't know.
He doesn't need to, though.
No, but if he can get in form, they're going to be an unstoppable team.
Calvert-Lewin's playing like
him and Calvert-Lewin. If they're both playing well, that team is going to be very hard to beat.
Calvert-Lewin's playing like prime R9 right now. Like, he's probably the best striker. He's better than Lewandowski. If you asked Everton fans, would you rather have Robert Lewandowski on your team or Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I reckon that they would say probably Robert Lewandowski, because how could you not? I mean, he's second in the world. But Calvert-Lewin's playing unbelievably well. And if Richarlison finds his form, it could be pretty dangerous.
I think the only problem for Everton is their back line is just not as strong as it needs to be to compete with a lot of these teams. Like, if they can just match the midfield, I think a lot of teams will find success with their wingers, and I think that'll be a problem for them.
Because we knew their midfield, their trio was great. We didn't expect Calvert-Lewin to have an amazing season like he's having now, but it was the back line was always in question, I guess we could say. So if they can pick it up, I mean, I'm excited. That's all I'm going to say. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, the loan deal falling through for Tomori is definitely a big blow.
Big blow. It's a shame because he's a great center back. Obviously, no Chelsea bias. Like for real, like he's a good young center back that they could use on loan, especially with this weak backline that what they have now. The thing about Everton, right? I think again, I'd love for them to win the league. I'd love for them to make Champions League. But do you genuinely think that they're going to make top 4?
100%. Not 100%, but
100%. Calm down.
100%. Maybe not 100%.
Honestly, I think they need to keep this up. They're giving away a couple easy goals to these teams. Maybe 1 or 2 goals. They're still winning by a lot, but still, like giving away these goals, it shows the weakness in the back line. I think if in January they could secure maybe 1 or 2 people to kind of enforce the back 4, then they'll definitely be top 4 contenders. As of right now, I do think they are, but again, this weekend will prove to us if they are, if they're not.
It definitely could. It's definitely a good test.
I mean, they also got Pickford in goal.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing in your opinion?
Yeah,
it's like Kepa.
Whoa! I wouldn't put him that far.
Rather Pickford, if I'm being honest. Pickford was great for a while. Years ago. Then he fell off a lot. It's a shame. It's kind of like Ramsdale. He was supposed to be like a great player, and now he's kind of blowing it for Sheffield at the moment. But maybe.
Okay. Hold on.
Here comes the fan. Here comes the fan.
Sheffield's just losing like 1-0, 2-0. It's not like we're getting destroyed.
I hate that you refer to Sheffield as weak. I hate it.
I do it to Chelsea too. I refer.
I know, but like, man, fine.
Dude, Sheffield's shit. Anyways, we're bottom of the table.
If they get relegated, then it's gonna be great for me because then you can support an EFL team and a Premier League team rather than 2 Premier League teams.
I love fighting for relegation. It's gonna be beautiful.
That's why I'm a Werder Bremen fan. Up the Verds. I don't know if that's what they call it. But no, I love Werder Bremen because I want to support a team. I try and support a team in every league, and the team that I support in the Bundesliga is Werder Bremen because of Josh Sargent.
Oh, black and yellow.
You know that they're gonna finish second place or first place, like Werder Bremen.
No.
They won the relegation playoff last year, so I'm like, that's exciting. You know what I mean?
Don't even give us that first place hope. We're second.
No,
we know our place. Yeah. We know our place.
Bayern's. They're not losing.
Yeah.
A fun fact about Everton that I recently discovered. So there's 6 teams right now in the league that. What's so funny?
We're talking about it. The Bundesliga. You're like, fun fact about Everton.
Well, because I wanted to switch it back to Everton. I just wanted to say this thing. There were 6 teams in the Premier League now that have never been relegated. Brighton being one of them, but I don't really count them because their first season was only a few years ago. Everton's the only team out of those teams to not win the league, again, excluding Brighton. So this could be their year to win the league. It would only make sense. I mean, they've never been relegated. They've been consistently average for the last 25, 26 years when the Premier League was, first conceived. Is that conceived? Is that just for babies or is that also for stuff like this? I hope it's for both. Anyway. But yeah, so I'd love to see Everton win the league, I'm sure, but they can't beat Chelsea. There's just no way.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
I mean, hold on.
A bit biased.
You need
Hey, listen.
We almost blew it to West Brom.
That's true. Can I point out? I talked about this with Eco.
Oh
What did he say when we did our Premier League tier list? He said that they're going to get 2 draws and they're going to draw against Chelsea and United. Right now, they have 0 wins and 1 draw, and it's against Chelsea. Can he predict a 2-point West Brom season?
It's possible. It's possible.
If they draw against United, I'll be shocked. I'll give you the credit on that one. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
They don't even start Donny.
They might beat United, honestly, seeing how United's playing right now.
I'm more than happy to see the United playing like this. Love it. Absolutely love it. We'll see how things go. I don't know when we play Everton or when United plays Everton. I don't know. It's going to be scary. You're going to have to look at it like we're playing a top 6 team because it's not going to end well for us at all. Speaking of Sargent and the Americans, I want to talk about this one thing because, yes, we're the biased Americans, right? Well, Eco's not. He's more of an Italian.
I'm
But
not.
Parker and I love the young depth that the Americans have. And I want to just speak about – wait a minute. Listen, Eco, I know you're an Italian, but all right. So Eco's gone right now. I don't know where he just went. He's just gone. So we're gonna continue speaking about Americans. I think Eco could care less about us talking about Americans in Europe, but let's just talk about it. So first, I want to look at the Premier League. Obviously, the big star, us as Chelsea supporters, Christian Pulisic. Unbelievable. Who do you think, besides Pulisic, unless you think someone other than Pulisic, is going to have the best season in Europe as an American?
I mean, it's kind of hard not to say Gio Reyna. I mean, kid's bright. He's really bright. He plays cam and he can also play the wing. I mean, Dortmund, they're known for the youngsters on their team. I mean, they got Jude over there too, and Rainier. I think that's how you say his name, Rainier. They look nice, and they're starting Gio, and I think Gio's getting a lot of playing time, and he's got Sancho on one side, he's got Holland in the middle. I mean, it's going to be great for him. I think he's going to produce a lot. I think he's going to look really special too.
I hope so. I think their decision to start Reyna, I love it because he's an American. I love all the Americans. There's not one American in Europe that I just don't like. I mean, I love all of them. I think he's got the brightest future. I hadn't even heard of him until last year, right?
Yeah.
He's one for the future. I think him and Pulisic, and then one for me, I'm looking at Serginho Dest, right? I mean, staying at Ajax, you'd be like, all right, he's going to have a good season, whatever. But moving to a huge club like Barcelona, love it. Love it. He's better than Semedo, the guy who's replacing possibly Sergio Roberto. And I'm excited for, the season he's going to have. And then another guy who's getting playing time is McKennie. We love Weston McKennie.
Love that. On Juventus, too.
Mm-hmm. One of the best teams in the world. I mean, the best team in Italy. I love it. Are you excited for the World Cup?
Yeah. I mean, if you see Weston playing really well and controlling the midfield for Juventus, like him against like world talent at the World Cup it's gonna be a breeze. Like he's already playing against like Inter and AC. Mm-hmm. I mean, AC,
Oh, yeah. Ego's not here. It's not like they're a good team or anything.
I mean, if they're just up there competing and he's playing against all these great teams, even in Champions League, if he goes up against Barcelona and dominates freaking De Jong over there, like, wow.
Honestly, I'm having a ridiculous brain fart right now. McKennie, where did he play?
He was at Schalke.
Schalke, right? Okay, I it was such a brain fart for me because I can only think of him back in FC Dallas, like in the academy days.
I mean, he's not much of a. I don't think you'll see him scoring like many like. Oh wow! Look at the McKennie goal! Wow, wasn't that beautiful? But you'll see him like controlling midfield, making crucial tackles, and just being a general of the field.
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of Eco, he's back.
For the boys.
Should we give Eco a little recap of what we've been doing? Eco, my man.
Eco.
Dude, I don't know what just happened to my computer. Oh my God.
Welcome back, Eco. We've decided to continue. We haven't covered that much. I guess I can ask you this question. We assume that you didn't really care because you hate the United States Football Club. So I asked this to Parker, and I provided my opinion as well. Who's going to have the best season as an American besides Pulisic, unless you think someone else is going to have a better season than Christian Pulisic?
Honestly, it's between Dest and McKennie. I like them both. I like McKennie. I don't want him to succeed though because he does play for Juve, and obviously I hate Juve.
And
but
American.
I like Dest as well. I wish he would have gone to Bayern instead of Barcelona because I personally like watching Bayern, and
yeah, but
I think he would have shined there with Davies on the other side of him. I think they could have been a great duo in the back. But I mean, I think we're gonna see both of them play very well this year. But obviously, Pulisic is gonna be the best American. I think there's no question about that.
I think so too, and I can't wait. I mean, I got chills. I'm a bit of a fanboy, but I got chills when he came on for like 5 minutes against Palace. I was just like so excited to see him back in action. And then I'm a dummy, so I woke up at 4:30 in the morning last weekend thinking there was no international break, and I thought I was about to watch Liverpool Everton followed by Chelsea Southampton, and I'm like, wait, why aren't the games on right now?
Oh,
So
I almost did that.
ridiculous. I can't believe I did that. Absolutely ridiculous. Another American that comes to mind for me. He's not one of the well-known ones. I'm sure you guys have heard him. Is Conrad De La Fuente. He was the first American to be included in Barcelona's first team squad. I think it may have been a preseason. He didn't get any playing time. Dest became the first American to make an appearance. But unless I'm just, ignorant here, did you hear of De La Fuente before he?
No.
I mean, I
Never.
never heard of him. Is he going to be one for the future, or do we not even know that yet?
He's 19,
Yeah.
plays for Barcelona, so we don't really know yet. He's got to make his name when he subs on for who even is their striker? Griezmann now.
Griezmann probably, right?
Yeah. So he's just got to provide a goal or something, and then we'll probably hear about him a lot. He'll probably be everywhere.
I'm sure.
But I think I've heard he's really good. I've seen a couple of videos of him playing at the junior Barcelona team, whatever that's called. I forget what it is.
The B
but-
team, you mean? Just like the regular Barca B team?
They have like the Mesa something.
La Maesa?
Yeah, that thing.
Something like that, yeah.
He was like the captain or something of the youth
Okay.
team. So he obviously had potential. So yeah.
And he's got, I shouldn't assume, but he's got the last. He's got De La Fuente. I'm sure that he's got some Spanish heritage. If he
From
captained
Miami.
a Spanish-speaking team, I'm sure he's got some sort of that in his heritage.
I think another star that we're gonna see in Europe, maybe not so much this year because he's still very young, but Gio Reyna. I mean, he's
Parker, yeah.
great. 17 years old, super young, playing for Dortmund. I think if he gets more and more appearances there and he fits in the rest of the team, I think he can play. He can play there. He's gonna be very well. He's gonna play very well there. I think he can be one of another star, but he's still young, so he needs to prove himself.
How old are you, Parker?
Stop bringing this up. Stop bringing this up.
17. I'm 17. Eco's 17. Gio Reyna's 17. We're
Great.
playing with him on FIFA 21. Like,
Dude,
what do we do wrong, guys? What do we do?
dude, I'm older than Jude Bellingham.
That's what I'm saying. He's playing for Dortmund while we're doing a podcast that's
Talking about
by
it.
less people that's on the podcast itself. Like,
Okay, well maybe if I was more athletically inclined and not 5'6", then yeah, I think maybe I would have a chance at soccer.
hey, Messi's like 5'9", so
Okay, Messi's also
an alien.
Hey, who knows if Aiden didn't tear his ACL, he could be playing for the U.S. right now.
I should just say that's my excuse. Yeah, I could have been pro if I didn't tear my ACL. Like,
and it's not like he tore it in a JV game or anything. Like, I mean, he was obviously in like
hey,
LA Galaxy Youth. Duh.
yeah, come on. By the way, Ego on paper could be the next David De Gea or Gianluigi Buffon.
Hey, whoa! I don't want to be the next De Gea. First of all, he's having a garbage year. I would much rather be Buffon than De Gea.
Good thing you're still going to be the JV goalie. You don't have to worry about that.
If he's lucky.
If you're lucky, come on. You have some competition. We're not going to name names, but you definitely have some competition.
Come
Are you going to push your
We'll
bar
see.
next year?
We'll see. I'm gonna start for VAR actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I want to move to the Bundesliga again. We talked about Sargent. We didn't talk about, but I'm going to talk about Brooks, who's a bit older, 26, 27. And then Tyler Adams.
Still great.
Three names that come to mind. Best season out of the three of them? Who do we think?
Adams. I mean, probably playing for Leipzig. They've got a pretty strong team. And he seems to fit in well there. So I think we can see him become, I don't know if he's going to become a star, but he's definitely going to develop. He's going to become pretty good for them.
Okay, I agree. I think you really have to take in, the fact that Brooks plays for Wolfsburg, Sargent plays for Werder Bremen. They're not necessarily the top team. So, yeah, Tyler Adams probably going to have a great season, probably the best. I'm hoping Sargent.
No, though. 'Cause I don't think Tyler Adams plays all that often for them.
Not that often, whereas Sargent will start every game as well as Brooks.
I don't know about that either. I think Rashika starts every game.
Sorry, I think they don't play two?
No, because Sargent got a lot of playing time last year when Rashika went out on injury.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
No, Rashika's
Yeah.
So I
gone.
think
Yeah, he's
no, he's
gone.
not.
Rashika's gone.
He was going. He was going to go to Everton. He was rumored. I mean, not Everton, Aston Villa,
I swear.
and then it fell through.
They got Traore instead, Bertrand Traore. I swear Rashika's gone. I'm gonna double
Not
check
even
that
it was
right
on
now.
the deadline day. But
Yeah, I guess not.
either way, I think Sargent will definitely get playing time because Bremen are definitely in like an experimental phase because almost got relegated last year. Like they got to play the youngsters. But I think Brooks is gonna have the best season out of all of them because if you look at Wolfsburg last year, I'm pretty sure they qualified for Europa and they competed with all the top teams very well. And a lot of it was because of their goalkeeping and their center back combo. So I think Brooks is a key component in Wolfsburg. And
Absolutely.
yeah, he's gonna have a great year.
I thought he was a lot older. I thought he was more of a veteran, but you're the one who told me that he was like 26. I thought he was 29, 30.
Yeah, because us Americans know him from the brilliant header against Ghana.
Yeah, and turns out he was. Didn't we say he was like what 19?
19 at the time.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I thought he was like 26 at the time. I mean, that's what I know him as. Is that.
Yeah, he's the first. He was the first American to really do that like Bundesliga American style like move.
Yeah, because we had I believe Altidore and then Dempsey played in the Premier League, but they were fine. But no one, it wasn't really Bundesliga. Now there's a lot of Americans in the Bundesliga. They all go to the Bundesliga. Pulisic started off in the Bundesliga as well. I mean, McKennie was there. There's so many Americans in the Bundesliga, and I love it. I think it's a great league to be in. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's great that they're all spread out too. They're all spread out in the Bundesliga, and it's a great league to be in. I love it. And do you think that all these Americans would find a place in any Premier League teams?
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
could
they're
they
so
all find
young.
their spots. It's just the play style.
Yeah.
Play
They're
style.
they're also just so young. So everything's up for grabs right now. You don't know. They could, because none of them right now except Pulisic and maybe Dest are like stars yet or like very very good. But all of them have the potential to be. So it just depends like what the team they play for does with them. So like, I mean, we saw Pulisic. He played good for Dortmund. Went to Chelsea. He became a star. Dest playing good for Ajax. Maybe this move to Barcelona is going to make him a star. I feel like once they get out of this, development stage and go to a team where they're going to like have a set spot, that's when they can really break out.
Right. I agree. I'm not used to seeing all these Americans on good teams. I mean, McKennie, first American to play for Juventus as well. It's so baffling to me that the United States are actually building up a nice young core. Like, I love it. Like, obviously our women's team has had so much success in the past. It's never been a secret that the women's team, it's maybe they've had more opportunities in other countries. But it's never a secret that the women's team has been, the best in their division and, in their gender division. But the men's have just never been like that. They've never been like that. I mean, their highest finish at the World Cup was third place, and it was in 1930. I mean, come on. Like that's just ridiculous. Donovan comes to mind as one of the best Americans of all time. Alexi Lalas comes to mind. Can Pulisic become the greatest American soccer player of all time?
Of course.
I mean, obviously he can. He's so young. He's already great, but you never know what's going to happen. Injuries. We've seen him out for the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this can lead to some more problems in the future where he gets injured. But if he can stay healthy, then yeah, I mean, I think it's very possible.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't need any more injuries for Christian at all.
I mean, I think the way to like really solidify him as one of the greats, like he's already doing things that like no American has really done. Like he went to one of the Premier League Big Six teams, and he has the number 10 jersey. Like I don't think that's like unheard of for an American.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he produces, I don't know. I think for me to consider him as like best American in like a season in like a Premier League or just in general, if he bags like 20 goals in a year for Chelsea, I mean, to me that's best American that I've ever seen.
I see. Because no disrespect to Landon Donovan or Alexi Lalas, but what Christian Pulisic's already done in his career, in his short career, I think he's already better than Donovan and Lala. I mean, Lala's center back, you can't really, but Donovan, I really think that Pulisic's already accomplished more than Donovan ever did in his domestic career.
Yeah,
Not
but
international, domestic.
it's like, look at it. For how many years has Pulisic been a star? Like one, probably. Donovan,
Yeah.
okay, you can say he's better than Donovan, but it's all about how long he can stay this good.
But was Donovan ever a star in the Premier League or
But look,
in
you
domestic?
never know. Pulisic could have been a one and done kind of guy. But I mean, I don't think he will be. But you just never know. So I don't think you can crown him as better just yet. Maybe in a year or two.
The reason why I would say that, because again, like Parker said, Big Six team. He's already producing a lot for Chelsea. Landon Donovan, I could be totally mistaken here, but he played in the Bundesliga for a little bit, Bayer Leverkusen, but he was on loan to Everton. That was his Premier League team, was Everton. They were bang average back then as well. And he never really produced. He wasn't a star on Everton. Pulisic's already a star on Chelsea. I mean, now Everton, they're like the best team in the league, but
He's got
Donovan.
That's all you really need.
Donovan did play for Bayern Munich for a little
really?
bit, not too many. I think it was less than 10 games that he played or started for them.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I didn't know that actually. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Munich instead of Leverkusen. Maybe I have that wrong. I know it was Everton.
No, he played with Leverkusen as well.
Okay.
Played for both of them.
Got it. See, Bayern Munich, I'm sure he played 10 games, but I mean, come on. He didn't play enough games to the point where Bayern was like, hey, this kid's a star. Like, there's just no way. Like, he's an American legend, but outside of the United States, he's not a legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend to our national team. And same with Clint Dempsey, played at Fulham. Not a legend outside of the United States, but inside the United States, I mean, he's got the most goals in American history for the national team, right behind Donovan, I think, as well, or right in front of Donovan. So Pulisic's got the potential to be the best American of all time, and I love it because he's playing for Chelsea. So it's obviously very good.
Love it until he leaves. Yeah.
I mean, this might be crazy, but I think Gio even in a couple of years can contest Pulisic for that.
He is only 17, to be fair. Pulisic is what?
17, had a hat trick of assists in a game.
Yeah, but also Dest. I mean, he's playing for Barcelona, which
Dest is not.
It's hard to really compare him because he's a right back.
Look what Davies did. He's a left back. He shined as a star. You never know. I mean, Dest is playing on one of the best teams in the world with the best player of all time, Lionel Messi. Obviously different positions, but still the leadership that Messi has, maybe mentoring Dest a little bit.
Oh, I see.
You never know.
For a year until he leaves.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I thought you were comparing Messi to Dest for a second.
No. Never.
Wait, you think Messi's best?
Oh,
The
yes.
best ever? Yeah, he is.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh God. Are
Don't
you
say
gonna
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Are you gonna say Ronaldo?
Well, yeah.
Okay. No.
Messi's got the best natural talent. I won't take any credit away from his ability. I think Ronaldo's the hardest worker and just the hardest
Sure.
I haven't heard Ronaldo complain about a situation at a team.
Yeah, because he just leaves it. Messi
Yeah, but
pushes.
he doesn't
make
leave
it
when
better.
they're bad. He doesn't leave when they're bad.
Messi didn't want to leave when they were bad. Messi wanted
Messi-
to leave in January when they were still good.
Well, also, Messi's been with the team since he was 13.
Exactly.
He stayed with
Yeah,
them forever.
I'm just saying. I like Ronaldo.
It's really an opinion thing. It's him. For me, it's the four. It's the four of Pele, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. But I would still put Messi up there just because that's my generation. We grew up with Messi and Ronaldo. We didn't grow up with Pele and Maradona and Zidane and Ronaldo and Nazario. We didn't grow up with those guys. So it's easy for us to say Messi and Ronaldo. It's gonna be a sad day when they retire, really.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Messi and Ronaldo together, I want to talk about the Champions League. Just go through some of the groups because the draw was a few days ago. Let's go through our favorite, least favorite, hardest, easiest, any of that stuff. I'll start off with the most exciting group, in my opinion, Messi, Ronaldo, Juventus, and Barcelona in the same group. I'm ridiculously hyped right now that we get to see them play against each other twice. It's ridiculous.
But also, I feel like although them two are going to be competing for the top spot, Barcelona and Juve, I think that's one of the easier groups because it's just obvious that they're the ones who are going to make it out. There's going to be no fighting for that second spot. But yeah, it's definitely the most fun group to watch. Another group that I'm excited to see is Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta. I think those three are going to be. I think Liverpool's going to top it, but I think Ajax and Atalanta are going to be battling for that second place spot.
I could see that happening. I think that's an exciting group. You see that's the hardest group?
No.
Most
I think
exciting?
most exciting. I think hardest group is going to be PSG, Man United, Leipzig.
I think that's gonna be most exciting.
That's what I was about to say. I think that's probably more. I think that's more exciting than Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta.
I mean, you're gonna see PSG with the babies at top, Neymar and Mbappe.
Yeah, but they're obviously going to make it first.
Yeah, but I just don't like Neymar's attitude. I hate his attitude.
I don't like his attitude either. I think he's third best player in the world, maybe fourth behind Lewandowski. But I think he gets. I think he.
I don't even know about that.
I think he's still. I mean, I think he gets. He doesn't get enough credit that he deserves, just because his attitude is so poor and he's a poor
I
sportsman.
think he's a horrible influence on Mbappe.
I think so too. That's why he's gonna
teaching Mbappe to flop all the time. It's the most annoying.
It's soccer player nature, really, and I hate it so much. But
Neymar does it the most, and he's the best actor with it. He'll get touched and go to the ground crying. It's the worst.
If he wasn't good, he wouldn't get the calls. It's really biased. It's really a shame.
He's mastered his craft. But I do think that, I mean, it's just not a way that I would like to see a young star like Kylian Mbappe just learn how to act. Like, what they did to Dortmund, it's just like, they're just trolling Haaland about his celebration. Like, that's not what a professional does.
It's pretty disrespectful. I can deal with like celebrating and all that stuff, but when it comes to a disrespect level, I can't deal with that. You got to be respectful, especially like you said, you're Neymar, and there's 19 or 20, 22-year-old Mbappe who's learning from him.
But I mean, Neymar's obviously done something right since Mbappe's come out to be one of the best strikers in the world right now.
I don't give any credit to Neymar.
I give no credit to Neymar.
You might as well give it.
Okay, but you can't say he's been a terrible influence because he obviously hasn't.
I think
he's been a bad influence, maybe like with celebrations, off the pitch antics, whatever. But on the field, they are a great duo, and Neymar's really. But you can't tell me Neymar hasn't helped further Mbappe.
I don't think so. That's like saying you give Falcao credit at Monaco for Mbappe doing well. Like I don't give any credit to Neymar for how Mbappe's performed. Maybe give him a couple of assists, but I don't think that's like that's.
If I think anyone was to like really make an impact on Mbappe, I'd say Di Maria, just because of how the more age difference between Di Maria and Mbappe. I could see Di Maria making more of an impact on him than Neymar does.
I don't really know. If I'm trying to think of someone who really influenced Mbappe, I really don't know who I'd even say.
I mean, he didn't really need that much influence because he was obviously so great. But again, I just feel like obviously Neymar's probably rubbed off a couple skill moves, a little bit of things here and there for Mbappe to learn. Like he's given him some good things, also some bad things. But you can't just talk about the bad things.
That's true.
That's true.
I get it. All right, fair enough. I mean, either way, we know PSG is going to make it out of the group. It's between really Leipzig and Manchester United. I would say Manchester United, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what gets me really angry? Not to go on a huge rant. I don't want to spend any time on this at all, but Manchester City gets the easiest groups every year in the Champions League. It really, really pisses me off.
Not even close.
I mean, they're playing what? They have Marseille, Porto, and Olympiacos.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I don't like that at all. Transfer deadline. We were going to do a podcast last week. There were some difficulties, so we didn't end up getting to do one on the deadline. So we talked a little bit about transfers last episode, but now we can talk about sort of opinion-based, and now that it's all done, we can talk about our favorites and least favorites. So do we have a favorite? I mean, I guess it's going to be your teams, but
I mean,
really,
I think obviously AC Milan. I might talk about it later. We had a pretty good transfer window, but one that really impressed me was Ferran Torres going to Manchester City. I hate to see him go there because I really don't think he's going to get a lot of playing time. But they got a player who he is very good, and I love watching him play for only $23 million. I mean, obviously, there was some reports that the Valencia owner needed like quick cash, and Man City was there to give it to them. But I think getting him for $23 million was an absolute steal.
Is it a steal when you find out that they bought Ake for so much? They kind of took
But
that Ake money and went into Farron. I mean,
I guess. But I mean, still $23 million for a player like that. It's
oh, it's a good signing,
crazy.
good individual signing, and maybe as a team, when you get Ake for that much, it's not the best. He kind
I
of
mean,
just puts up nothing.
I think it was like the best deal. I don't think it was a great signing for them because I really don't think they're going to use him that
But it's
much.
good-
Maybe a
good
couple
season.
sub-ins.
You wouldn't expect them to get it for that much money.
No.
Only 23 mil. For me, favorite transfer, I would go and say like Havertz and Ziyech and Werner. I'm just gonna say Edouard Mendy. Not too expensive, and he's a goalkeeper that, hear me out, can catch the ball. He can make saves, and he's not. No offense to Caballero, but he's not, a million years old. And he's, no offense to Kepa, but he knows how to play goalkeeper. So I have security now. I don't feel insecure about our goalkeeping situation. I have security that we actually have a legit goalkeeper who can actually play the position.
Crazy.
That's why he's my favorite transfer. That's it. Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, I love for soccer. I love to see just the underdogs just excel. So I actually, I mean, two transfers that I consider my favorites are Ross Barkley to Villa, just strengthening that team because I feel like Villa, like, okay, don't get me wrong, Watkins is obviously young, but I don't think he's just like that good yet. I think yes, he had a hat trick against Liverpool, but like, how much of it was him and how much of it was Grealish? Because if you look at Grealish,
All over the place.
he was insane that game, and if you look at Ross Barkley, it was just Grealish and Barkley controlling that midfield. So I think my favorite Barkley on loan to Villa is one of my favorites, and then
I love
the other
it.
one has to be James Rodriguez, like to Everton. They were definitely going down to a bad place last year. You saw like 12th place finish. Like I just don't think that was very special. But this year with Ancelotti doing the complete rebuild of the midfield, I think sky's the limit for this team.
Yeah.
100%.
What a signing. James Rodriguez. Ridiculous.
Yeah, really good. Another staying with the midfield. This one's close to home. Sandro Tonali coming to AC Milan because he's a great player. We got him for, I think, a steal, $10 million this summer, and then I think it's an option to buy for like $15 million next summer. So it's a total of $25 million for a guy who's got world-class talent. We've seen him play in a couple games for us. He's played pretty good so far. Super young. I think he's going to develop into a great player for AC Milan.
I think he's going to develop into a great player, not for AC Milan. I think you guys should get rid of him. You don't want to ruin his career.
Oh, okay.
I think
Not even that. You already called him world class talent.
He has world-class talent.
potential.
Yeah, there. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for.
I don't know about that.
He has world class talent potential. I don't think he
Potential.
even started for Italy this break.
No, he didn't. He didn't play because he was the transfer with AC Milan, so they didn't want to risk injuring him.
So, speaking of great transfers and world-class talent, not talent potential, but actual world-class talent, Luis Suarez, I thought it was 5 mil. You boys said it was a free. Either way, it's a steal and a half for Atletico Madrid, who they don't have the most I mean, they have like 3 decent strikers, but Morata on his when he's off his day, you can literally just kick him. Diego Costa.
Well, Morata's gone. He's at Juve.
Morata's gone.
Yeah. Which I think that was a terrible signing. They paid so much for him.
Yeah, fair enough. And
I
then
mean, it's a loan option to buy. It hasn't gone through yet.
they might not buy him. And Joao Felix, they're still looking for him to come about. I think now looking back at his 113 million price tag, it's just ridiculous. But now that they have like a legit striker who's world class, who can play in La Liga, we know that he's a Barcelona legend. So I think that's one of the best transfers, underrated transfer. I don't think they got enough attention. Yeah, he's old, but strikers can play till they're 35, 36. You know what
He's
I mean?
also going to be a great mentor because obviously João Felix.
He loves his mentors.
No, because listen, Suarez has proven
Yeah,
that
how to bite properly.
he's one of the best. Yeah, maybe those are a bit of the bad antics.
Telling you
But
too. Like, didn't he bite you?
He
Chiellini?
bit
Yeah.
Chiellini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was freaking out when that happened. But he's obviously a great striker. I think he's going to be a good mentor because young players they need older people to help them develop.
No, I do agree with that sense. I just think that you can't just be throwing out players. I could say, oh yeah, Pulisic, his mentor is definitely Thiago Silva. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you can't tell me Suarez as a striker who's been in the league forever isn't gonna, rub off on João Felix, show him a bit of tips on how to succeed.
I'm sorry, you just said that he was gonna rub off on him and give him a tip. That was sorry.
What is wrong with you? No. I think Cristiano will have a bigger effect on Felix than.
What, in the 5 times they play a year together?
I mean,
You never know.
Probably.
Ronaldo can change.
I mean,
the whole man.
Suarez doesn't take me as a very friendly guy. I
I'm
mean,
a little scared of him. I'm not gonna lie.
he's a biter.
He might bite you. Yeah.
Him and Diego Costa are scary. Like when he was on Chelsea, I love Diego Costa. He's one of my favorite players ever. But he's scary. He's top 3 strikers that are the scariest people on earth. Him, Ibra, and Suarez for sure.
Imagine making eye contact with Zlatan.
No.
Oh, whoa! Speaking of Zlatan, this week we've got a bit of a different game. You're used to hearing Aiden always, try and embarrass Parker and I with the games. But this week we set one up for Aiden. It's guess their transfer fee, and what are the odds? Our first one, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, one of my personal favorite players for AC.
Value.
Transfer value. Sorry, yes.
Okay, good. All right.
How much or what is Zlatan Ibrahimovic's transfer value?
Before we start, I hate this. I love, putting you guys in the hot seat. I hate being in the hot seat right now. I'm stressing out. He told me a couple weeks ago that I was going to be in.
It's time.
A bit of a disclaimer. We're gonna go with like if he's in like $1 million range. So like say they're 25 mil. If he says 24, we'll give it to him.
I've had a set number since the beginning. Since we met, you said speaking of Zlatan, I knew he was coming. I'm gonna say 17.
17. You're aiming a bit too high. He's pretty old. He just turned 39. It's only 3.85 million.
Yeah, so I thought it was like 5.
That's so poor.
Who's gonna buy him? He's 39 years old, but he's great. He's great.
Know.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to a player I know Aiden loves because he does play for Aiden's favorite team, Chelsea.
I know
That's Billy Gilmore.
19 million.
Still, why are you aiming so high?
I thought he was 19
5.94
million in my career mode last year.
5.94 million.
Ridiculous.
Now moving on over to the Bundesliga.
Yes.
One of my personal favorites. Used to play for AC Milan. I cried when he got transferred. Aiden was sitting there. Piatek. What is his transfer value?
Oh, Ego said it too.
6 mil?
23.65.
I'm sorry. How is Piatek worth more than Gilmore?
He's so good because Gilmore.
Gilmore hasn't done anything.
Gilmore has not
plays
done
for Hertha Berlin. Oh my!
Yeah, and he plays great.
Fuming right now.
Now.
Oh, you watch Hertha Berlin now?
I watched him for AC Milan. He was a star. Still upset we gave him away, but whatever.
All right, whatever. I'm mad. I'm fuming right now.
Moving on to France, a player who was, a lot of these players are linked with AC Milan. He was linked with possibly coming to us. Didn't end up happening. Florian Thauvin on Marseille.
Oh, that's why you asked if I had a Marseille jersey. I knew there was gonna be a Marseille.
Yeah. What's his transfer value?
Can I ask his age, or do you not know?
I might give it away, but I'll tell you this: he's not very old, but he's not very young.
So in his prime,
I'm gonna say 18.
Yeah. 18 million, $35.2 million.
I'm not paying 35 million for.
He's a great player.
Not 30.
you don't get how market value works, do you?
How much he's worth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 20. I think he's like 26. He's playing great for Marseille. 35 mil.
I'm not paying 35 mil for him though, so I don't think that's.
But that's not what you would pay. That's
Yeah,
just kind of
okay.
what his value is.
That's what his value is. I don't think
A
he's
lot of
worth
times
that
the
much.
value isn't what.
No, I
it
know
is.
that, but I don't think he's worth that much.
Okay. Do you think Edouard Mendy's worth 28 mil?
No, but we're
20
Chelsea
mil?
Football Club. We overspend on everyone. All right, Last player.
The final player. I was surprised by this number because he is a bit old, and that's Jordi Alba, who Parker and I said was the best left back in the world, which I think we've changed that by now.
36 million.
Bit too low. 44 million, which is surprising for the age that is on him.
I thought I was onto something. I was gonna guess maybe 14 million.
I mean, look, Aiden's in the boat with me and Parker. I haven't gotten a single one wrong. Or a single one right, sorry. So, the embarrassment moves on to him.
Wait, did I get one right?
No, you never got one right. I would know. Trust me, you did not.
None of us.
We're all in the same boat.
Babu right. I got him Babu right for Eco.
That was for Eco.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I think all of our weaknesses. Yours is who do they play for. Mine is transfer value. I suck at transfer value, and then yours is just jersey numbers. Because why would you know that? But
yeah,
we're
why
all
would I
in
know
the boat
Babu
here.
on Wolfsburg?
I think next game it might still be Eco because we got to catch up a little bit because Parker is 0 for 25. You're 0 for 5.
That's right.
You're 0 for Aiden. You're not getting out of it. Aiden's trying to get out of
I'm
this.
0 for 5. We'll see. We'll probably do Eco next game. It'll be a surprise of who's next.
You double down. You both go.
That's true. Parker could double quiz us. Maybe.
Possible.
Maybe we'll see that in the next one. But for now, that concludes episode 9 of Inside the D. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you for episode 10.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you about a fantastic new product. It's called Kalina Original. It's a sparkling coconut water that is absolutely delicious. It's organic, not from concentrate, and it has no added sugars, and it's super refreshing with just the right amount of bubbles. It's also a great sports drink because it's full of natural occurring electrolytes to help you recover faster. It comes in 6 new flavors: original, acai, blood orange, my favorite, lemon lime, mango, and pineapple, and they're all delicious. If you like coconut water, you'll love Kalina. If you're not a fan of coconut water, it's still worth a try. Most coconut waters on the market today are made from a concentrate and can have an unpleasant, chalky taste. Kalina is made with 100% organic, pure coconut water, and the bubbles taste so good. For more information, check the links down below where you can see where to buy Kalina, and you can also see their social medias.